Breaking mental boundaries and thinking outside the box helps you achieve your best self. You are much smarter than you currently know, and the ability to boost your creativity is the only way you can achieve your untapped potential. The smartest people are those that never stop learning or limit themselves to what they already know. You are smart, creative, and can be more with the right guidance. This is Above Yourself, a personal growth channel that guides you on how to dig deep and wake up all your sleeping potentials for your benefit and the entire world counting on you for solutions. Creativity is what drives the world currently. Ethnicity has become less important, and the barrier line between geographically distant nations has been cleaned by creative minds who develop solutions to these once upon a time large obstacles. All of these improvements clearly point to the fact that being creative is no longer an option of choice, but a mandatory commitment to fit into an ever-changing world. So how can you boost your creativity? There are a lot of things that you can do and change for a start. You will need to first accept that there is more to learn, and you can always be better. Irrespective of the current pressure you are facing and demanding you to think outside the box, you should see a clear vision confirming that you can actually overcome them. You have to open your mind and soul to be more accepting of yourself and your potential capabilities. You can be much more creative and trample on all the obstacles you currently face. It all starts with taking deliberate steps and making very clear decisions. These steps are what place you on the route to new ideas that can and will trigger your creativity. Admit there is always something new to learn. You really do not know all and can always learn new things. You have to admit this fact to grow real conviction and desire in your push to become more creative. Accept that there are smarter people than you who you can always learn from. Understand that there is no limit to all you can achieve if you set your mind to develop mentally. Establishing this mindset is the recipe you need to see out your journey of becoming more creative. Challenge your mental capability with creative exercises. The brain is the centerpiece of all creative ideas. Several scientific and theoretical studies about the brain prove it has a serious connection with your creativity. Therefore, exercising it is essential for proper, significant creative boosting. There are various ways to exercise your brain, ranging from simple games to more direct thought-provoking activities. A game known as 30 Circles is highly recognized as one of the best brain exercises. This game involves having a board of 30 empty circles and filling them with real-life objects or things that are circular. For example, a ball and a clock are two circular objects that will fit into 2 out of 30 circles. Like many other brain games, this game broadens your mental capability as you have to quickly and accurately think of different circular objects. Involving in brain games like logic-based questions and answers activities are critical ways to exercise your brain level. Socialize with smart people. Socializing with intelligent people will only make you have more desire to become smarter. Stick with people that are creative and love to learn new things outside the status quo. Make friends with them and learn what they do. The Smart People Circle is a place of learning, and if you are determined to improve your brain and mind significantly, you need to mix with this circle. It doesn't have to be something formal, as smart people are spread everywhere and are just regular people. You meet them almost every day at your work, community, online, or even at a coffee shop. They are easily identifiable by interest. They prefer to read and work things out that depend on creativity. Befriend them and you will be surprised by how much you can learn. Establish your passion and be deliberate about being unique in it. If you feel you are in a wrong field and not very passionate about it, you can try establishing yourself in the one you find purpose. Doing this will trigger your brain to accept the task of finding ideas that make you an achiever. Brainstorm new ideas. Brainstorming is still one of the most effective to boost creativity. Brainstorming becomes easy when you are in a field that you are very passionate about. You can get a small paper and deliberately focus your brain on thinking of possible ideas and solutions that solve a problem in a field of interest. You should not be afraid to explore and be ready to go all in. Break the status quo. Try different ideas and be less enthusiastic to strike out or relegate an incentive suggested by your brain. Scrutinize every single brainstormed solution and be totally convinced that they do not offer any good before moving on to the next. Also, be ready to combine fragments of different ideas and see what you get. That is the beauty of boosting creativity. Nothing is ever too stupid, and the very little things can make all the difference. Exercise more often. Science has shown that physical exercises releases brain-enhancing chemicals in small doses within short periods. Psychology experts believe these chemicals are potent enough to trigger creativity for those who are open to them. While science may not totally prove beyond reasonable doubt that psychologists are right, the most creative people globally are testaments to the fact. Almost every creative person acknowledges that they dedicate significant time to exercising. Also, almost every one of them shares the sentiment that exercise boosts creativity. The fact is that there is really no harm in exercising, as there is good reason to believe that it boosts mental creativity as much as physical fitness. There are varied exercises you can try. Long and brisk walks, resistance training, and running will do almost the same good for your mental state as long as you feel enough intensity and the feel-good chemical. Read books from multiple genres. Reading widens your mental horizon and opens you to things you may never know. While you can focus on materials that develop you as a person, do not limit yourself to any genre. You only need to read wide and more deeply to expand your knowledge. It is also okay to focus on books based on the field you need creativity for. Listen to music. Music is not just food for the soul. It is an ingredient that can make your brain much more active and willing to accept new things. You do not have to stick to any genre of music that you do not like. You need to go with the sound that works for you. Tunes that elevate the soul and challenge you to think critically are the perfect options to stick with. Sleep more and reduce stress. As much as you want to exercise and boost your creativity, accumulating stress will only be counterproductive. You have to give room for rest if you want to see the benefit of all your effort. Implementing all the steps highlighted occasionally causes brain and physical fatigue. This is alright because boosting creativity is tasking. It only becomes a problem if you refuse to get quality sleep for full recharge. Allow your brain to rest enough for sleeping for at least 6 hours daily. An optimal rest period will be 8 hours. You should also try to sleep early so that you wake up feeling refreshed for the next day. Consistently practice, but do not force it. Creativity does not stop. You can always learn something new. That is why you must continue practicing if you want to achieve tangible results. Continue to exercise your brain and stick to your passion. Never stop brainstorming and continue to rest as much as possible. Do not cut ties with people that motivate and challenge your intellect. Boosting your creativity is all about practice, dedication, and determination. It is important not to force it, though. Understand that time is on your side, and you can only get better with consistent practice. Allow your brain to adapt gradually to the new, intense, positive exercise it is getting, and it will only be a matter of time before you start seeing significant improvement. The biggest challenge to boosting your creativity is consistency. You have to be consistent to reap the juicy rewards. Being consistent does not just mean following every step every day. It means following every step even when you do not see any improvement. You have to understand that it is your life, and you have all the time in the world for your brain to open up. You only need to keep doing what you have to do, and you will eventually reap the fruit of your consistency in no time. If you enjoyed this video and find it very beneficial to becoming more creative and developing your mind, you can click the like button. You can also click the subscribe button and turn on the notification by clicking the bell icon to be among the first set of people to know when we post new self-development videos.